and I'd known the family for years, and they lived on a farm, and the husband hunted deer every day of his life. And I remember her picking up a baby fawn and carrying it around in her yard because she found it in the front lawn. And one deer has 8,000 ticks on it. So, what are your chances of getting one of the 8,000 to come on you?
See, our problem is we're coming across all this information, you know, mycoplasma, neurotoxin.
There's no good way
this
to
test, that test, and we're not doctors, you know, we can't just sign off, and then we try to get doctors who are working with her to do it, and they're like, well, what's that test? And then it's like, well, I have to educate you, you're the doctor, can you just look
Right.
into it and
Well, yeah.
make her better?
A lot of things the doctors don't like you coming in and telling them what to do.
They
We don't know what to do.
Yeah, most of them are very defensive or whatever, you know. It's like, hey, thanks for the information. But I've only had one doctor in Grand Rapids call me up and say, how did you do that? You know, he was so pleased because his patient, he tried to help this guy for a year, and the guy was disabled, and I had the guy back driving his tractor 14 hours a day.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so last question.
Well, we'll be in contact.
Last question. If we sponsored a cage match with Joseph Burrascano and Alan Steer, who would you put your money on?
What about Broscano? See, those guys do not understand complementary medicine. They throw a few supplements at you. They don't do energy medicine. They don't do these IVs that I do.
Yeah.
They don't, which is disappointing. See,
Well, say what you say is there needs to be across the board. You know, look at it this way, discover it this way. You know, diagnose it. This is the test.
But see,
Everybody can
part of
agree
the
on it.
problem is a different thing that he's talking about.
Right.
Complementary medicine is just, I mean, people really aren't,
Right.
you know, that's not really very mainstream.
they would have to learn so much more to do what I'm.
It's not very mainstream.
See, I could just go home every day and just say, oh, let that patient take Prozac, or I could go home and figure out what's wrong with them.
They've been eating
Sign up for
McDonald's
meetings
4
and-
times a
It's a
week,
very
Yeah.
difficult
you know.
process. You know, I've
Right.
started to implement complementary medicine into my practice, and it is very difficult.
You got,
Even
yeah,
to-
you could be like her, and she's doing what I'm doing. I traveled, and I went and visited people in clinics that treated Lyme all day long, Lou Gehrig's all day long, places like that.
Let me ask you this: I was jokingly mentioned, just like Splenda and aspartame earlier. With that in mind, what do you think the impact of that in so much of our food substance-like things that people consume contributes to people's immune systems just eroding?
Oh, huge. I got books on it. The number one thing you can do to fix the world is food.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or
that's
buts
not
about it.
Well, do you know that
Aspartame
was
is anti-food.
it was.
Yeah, but it's not even just aspartame. It even starts
No,
at the
sure.
level beyond. I mean, even
Yeah.
How
that's
we
just
grow
one
our
little
food.
drop in the bucket.
How
I
we
mean, it
grow
goes
it,
into
where we get it from.
it's a whole culture that's
Yeah.
grown up around how
Right.
we grow our crops, how we take care of our animals,
Yep.
Yeah.
how
Oh,
we
it's-
get what we get from those animals.
Right.
The whole process has gotten very, corrupt along the way,
it's
and there's a
little
whole lot of
Soylent
things
Green.
going into this system that there's a whole lot of things you're taking in that
Yeah.
are so detoxification processes become so important. They have to become a part of your lifestyle.
I gotta see some other patients.
I like what she
I will
just
talk
said.
to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. That's.
I'm
The
gonna,
detoxification process.
she said it's so important, it has to
It
become
has to be part of lifestyle because
your
you
lifestyle.
cannot get away from the toxins. So if you don't make detoxification a part of your lifestyle,
Mhm.
Right,
you
but you
can't
can't
stop it.
detoxify people until you fortify them.
that's right.
Right.
And I
That's
just-
right.
The lady
Or
sitting
else
right
you'll-
here with stage 4 breast cancer, high levels of cadmium, just like Suzanne Summers. But I'm not detoxifying her because she has no magnesium,
Right.
no manganese, and she was missing something else. And if I detoxify her, she'll have palpitations, cramps,
Everything.
and she might die. So I have to-
Irritability?
What?
Like irritable all the time, maybe?
Yeah,
That's like-
well, magnesium controls 300 reactions in your body.
Yep.
You see anybody
No.
in church or anybody going like this with their foot non-stop or shaking their leg, they're magnesium deficient.
Really?
Yeah, it's so easy. Leslie,
Or
I
they
gotta
have to
show you some
pee.
patients. Come on.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Okay,
my
we'll
pleasure.
talk to you
Drop
soon,
off
and,
those So when am I gonna get my
That's-
copy of
that's-
the video?
Okay, absolutely, when we're done making it.
That's
Got a lot more stuff to do.
With her, we just know that she's got all this crap in her body, and we just, because she's so fragile, we don't, her